That would be Congressman Ted Poe of Texas. Ted, chairman of the House Subcommittee on Terrorism, and he also serves on the Committee on Foreign Affairs and the House Judiciary Committee. Ted, it's the morning after. Anything that surprised you about the president's speech last night?
No, it did not surprise me. The president did not get the November memo that the country rejected all of his policies. That's why Republicans won throughout the country, even in state houses. And the president does not live in the real world. He is catering to Iran. He wants less sanctions on Iran. Are you kidding me? They're a state sponsor of terror. So he doesn't understand or believe the war on terror is still going on. It's getting worse. Then domestically, he's recycling old policies of the past. Let's spend more money we don't have, and let's tax people to do it. Americans have rejected more taxes, and we have rejected more spending. And as Ford said, he doesn't care. It's all about the president. It's not about the country, and his arrogance and his defiance, I think, was quite embarrassing.
And, of course, the president did not make mention of the recent midterm elections, as you just mentioned, Ted, but Mr. Obama challenged Republicans directly about taking any action contrary to Obamacare or his executive amnesty, and, of course, the Keystone Pipeline, and threatening to veto any bill that runs counter to what he deigns to be proper. Let's take a listen.
We can't put the security of families at risk by taking away their health insurance, or unraveling the new rules on Wall Street, or refighting past battles on immigration when we've got to fix a broken system. And if a bill comes to my desk that tries to do any of these things, I will veto it.
Ted, when you hear that, a president so willing to accommodate foreign leaders, so I guess pugnacious, maybe the term to use, about the loyal opposition, can anything constructive get done over the next 2 years?
Well, Republicans are going to pass legislation that's good for the country. The president says he wants to get, let's compromise, let's get along. But what that means to the president is Republicans give in to all of the things that he wants. The country doesn't like what the president has done. He talks about the Affordable Care Act. That's the biggest tax increase in American history. So we're going to pass good legislation. The president, while he's out campaigning, we'll just see what he does. But those policies that the president talked about, J.D., are policies that the country has rejected. And we represent the country, and we're going to do what's right by the country. And the president can do whatever he thinks he needs to do to make himself look good.
Ted, in the minute we have remaining, the president constantly talked about the middle class, but when it comes to Obamacare, he was silent about the 7 hidden taxes and fees that middle class members who have to have health care will face courtesy of Obamacare.
Well, that's exactly correct. As I just said, the tax increases in Obamacare, middle class people are hammered by these taxes and the regulations that the president has imposed. That's part of in spite of what he says, the economy is not recovering for the middle class because of his policy. And now he wants more taxes. More taxes is not the answer, and it's not going to occur. So I don't think President was dealing in the real world as it really is, whether it's foreign policy or domestic policy, and even small things, to releasing more people from Gitmo, terrorists from Gitmo that were so difficult to capture in the first place, and sending them back to their native country to do more bad things to the world, probably. So, President was arrogant. He does not live in the real world. It's his way or it's no way, and I don't think the president got the November memo about the American public rejecting his policies.
Well, we will come back specifically to talk about overseas, how we are perceived, what may be next there. Ted Poe and Ford O'Connell coming back here on America's